So let's say next, that is nothing but the spherical mirror. So obviously this spherical mirror, which is a part of your hollow glass sphere, we are just going to cut that your hollow glass sphere. Fine. So let's say this is your hollow glass sphere, then cut it. So one part is, obviously this is the part, so one part is reflecting and another part is a silver polished. So make one part as a silver polish. So let's say this is the silver polished over here. So in that case, if I make this one as a silver polished and the inner one is reflecting, so then I will say that that mirror is nothing but the concave mirror. Yeah, so this is the mirror which is the part of your hollow glass sphere in which the inner side is reflecting and outer side is a silver polish. That's it. So again, for the convex mirror, just exactly do the opposite thing. Now make the inner surface as nothing but the silver polished and the outer surface is a reflecting. So the same thing which I have shown over here. So these are the incoming rays and they will get reflected. So the rays are, you can say that they're getting diverged in case of convex mirror, and in case of concave mirror, the rays are getting converged. So this is what we can say about the spherical mirrors. There are again various applications for that your spherical mirror, that also we are going to see over here. So the next one, so obviously I just told you that it is a part of that hollow glass sphere. Fine. So this is the hollow sphere which I have shown, that is having one center that we are going to call it as a center of curvature. Then you can see the pole, that is the center of your mirror. Then the line which passes through that C and P, and you just move it straight. So that is your principal axis. So the distance between C and P, that we are going to call it as a radius of curvature. So similarly for convex mirror also, the outer surface, you can say that this one is reflecting and the inner one we are making it as a silver polished. The remaining thing will be as it is, pole, center of curvature, then principal axis as it is you have to show over here. So this is your convex mirror. Then we can say that the definitions related to the spherical mirror. So I just told you that this is nothing but the pole, that is a principal focus. So obviously the principal focus, that we are also going to discuss in detail for that. Yeah, so that we will see one by one. What do you mean by that? Aperture, radius of curvature, principal axis, center of curvature. So let's say this is the first one we had just discussed, that is your pole, which I told you over here. This is nothing but the pole, that is the center of your mirror. Then this is the center of curvature, of which obviously this center of curvature is the center of that your hollow glass sphere from which this sphere has been, or you can say that this mirror has been formed. Again, the distance between P and C, that we are going to call it as a principal axis. Then this CP, yeah, so this CP we are going to call as a radius of curvature. Now aperture means obviously it's light gathering capability. So for this area we can say that it is having some light gathering capability over there also. Fine. So then the next one, definitely the next definitions we are going to study over here, that is your linear aperture and angular aperture. So these two things are obviously important. So the linear aperture, so this is what we can say that your linear aperture over there. Yeah, and definitely again I will say that about the angular aperture. So definitely this one I will call it as a angular aperture. Yeah, so this one I will say that it's your angular aperture, and this one, the straight one, I will call it as a linear aperture over here. Okay, so this is what we can say. Again, if we just talk about that focal plane, so this is also a very interesting thing. So I just shown that. So if the rays, I will just try to explain you with the help of this diagram. So this is obviously, so definitely if the rays are parallel to the principal axis, they are going to converge at the principal focus. I will just show that definitely it is going to converge over here. So that is what we can call it as a principal focus. So let's say for example, I will just show it over here. Fine. So this is your principal focus over here. So this is called as a, that is a capital F. Yeah, so this one you are going to call it as a capital F. Yeah, fine. So this is the point where which all the rays they are going to converge. So this is your capital F. Then the distance between that your F and P, the distance between that F and P, that we are going to call it as a focal length. So the length of PF is nothing but obviously small f. So the small f we are going to call it as a focal length. So the small f we are going to call it as a focal length over here. Yeah, fine. So this is what we can call it as a focal length. Yeah, so the next one, definitely, so this is pole, center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal axis, then focal plane. Obviously it is the plane. Yeah, so obviously we can say that definitely it is nothing but your plane over here. Yeah, so fine. So this is how I can show it over here. So this is your principal focus, and definitely I can show that. So focal plane, so this is nothing but the plane which I can show over here. So that plane consists of your all the points. Yeah, so that means it is that distance is same, that plane is perpendicular to that principal axis, so which we are going to call it as a focal plane. So which we are going to call it as a focal plane over here in case. Yeah, fine. So these are the few sign conventions which you have to consider over here. So if the object is placed on the left of that mirror, then all the distances you have to calculate it as a negative. If we are going to measure on the right side, then it has to be positive. Let this P is nothing but your reference point. Likewise, in your XY coordinate, we say that, so this is 0, 0, this is your X axis, so this is your Y axis. Fine. So this is how we are going to show it. So definitely again we can say that, so definitely this is your positive, this is nothing but your negative. Again the vertical distance, we will say that it is a positive, and this distance is nothing but your negative. Fine. So these are the sign conventions that you have to consider while considering the distances for the object and the image, again for the height of object, or again for your height of image. So that is how we can do that. Yeah, the next one, the same thing which I have shown over here. The sign convention, on the left negative, on the right it is positive, upward it is a positive, downward it is negative.